Hi, my name is Sandra White. As I was preparing for this presentation, I was looking for a catchy way to start the presentation, and I came across this. If at first you don't succeed, call it version 1.0. To me, that hits the mark on information systems. There are so many different systems out there, and so technology is ever evolving, and we have to keep trying. Michigan Farm Bureau was established in 1919 by farmers from 57 different counties within the state of Michigan to provide agricultural insurance for those customers. In 1949, the brother company, Farm Bureau of Michigan, was established, and they were established to offer more options of insurance other than agricultural. Farm Bureau Insurance of Michigan is a Michigan-based insurance company. They only offer coverage in Michigan. There are other farm bureaus around the United States, and they're all individually operated. The mission statement of Farm Bureau Insurance is to protect the people of Michigan from the risks of everyday life. A SWOT analysis was done on 3 different systems within Farm Bureau Insurance. Paige Baltzan, author of Business-Driven Information Systems, states that a SWOT analysis evaluates an organization's strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats to identify significant influences that work for or against business strategies. The 3 systems that were evaluated were the phone systems, the customer relationship manager system, and supply. The phone systems are the primary form of communication with Farm Bureau Insurance. That means that all of the agents, the agent staff, and any claimants, all of our contact with our clients, with Farm Bureau's clients, are coming in through the phone system. They do have email capability, but it's just not as vastly available. Some of the strengths of the phone system is availability and accessibility. In today's technology, almost everybody has a cell phone. Everybody at least has a landline or has access to a phone system. Tone is not assumed on a phone. You can know pretty well if somebody's giving you attitude or if they are showing sympathy or empathy for what you're going through, which then in turn helps to build relationships with the customers. A weakness of the phone system is loss of connection, staffing needs. So if that's your primary way to communicate with your insureds and your customers, your agents, if there's long wait times as noted in a weakness, that means that you have to make sure you have supply and demand in that case, which means you can't have customers waiting on hold for a very long time to get their answers or their needs serviced. Opportunities with the phone system would be to track the data that is captured. They're currently all working within a system called Cisco, which allows some data analytics to be performed. Some calls are recorded. That is, if the system has, if it's a phone rep and a system is installed on their individual system, it will record the telephone call, and it will record the person's system as far as to where they're navigating to help the customer. But an opportunity would be to record the calls to all areas, because currently that doesn't happen. Most departments within organizations take phone calls. So recording all of those to get those opportunities, and then listening to each recorded call to help with quality assurance and to help enhance any services provided. Threats of the phone system are, again, long hold times, inconsistencies in answers that are given, and then customers, staff, and agents are leaving because of those long hold times, or they're not giving consistent answers. The customer relationship manager Wow. Can you tell when data is an issue when you're doing a system conversion, and how the data of the customer was stored, what the data was called, how you move it from one spot to the other spot to make sure that you get that connectivity and that you know the data that you have? There was a system purchased that then was Farm Bureauized to fit their needs, which is typical in any industry of, you're going to buy a system and make it work to how you need it to work. But there's some things that still need to work with that. So some strengths of that is allowing one view of a customer. It allows you to pull up a customer's information and be able to see what other insurance products they have, who's in their household. So you may have a parent with a child, but the child is of driving age and they have their own policy, and you would be able to see those connected as one. Documentation can be shared. It's a central system, which means home office employees have access to it, as do the field employees. So a customer calls in to our customer service line. That customer service rep makes a note about the telephone conversation. Then the agent's office gets a phone call. They're able to go see those notes and refer back to what transpired. Some weaknesses of that customer relationship manager is the data inaccuracy and the speed. It's a very slow system currently. That's a huge complaint. And then the data is not always accurate. It's as good as what it is that the user input. Some opportunities would be to enhance the speed and to put some edits in place to control accuracy. Threats that are out there for this customer relationship manager system is the inaccuracy of data, which can then go to a loss of business. If you think about, you move and you call to inform somebody that I've just moved and my address doesn't get changed, I don't get my bill, my policy cancels, I have to call back, I have a claim during that time frame, then I don't have coverage. It's a bad customer moment. Supply. So Farm Bureau, again, only operates in the state of Michigan. So that really leads to some amazing opportunities that they have to evaluate the existing data that they have and to enhance their coverage needs. Currently, it's where they are pulling from multiple different systems to try to piece the data together to get the information that they need. Some of the strengths to the supply that they currently have is they've built relationships with their current customers and within their community. So Farm Bureau operates very well in doing outreach programs and building relationships as a community and in the state. So they got their ear to the ground listening to what things are happening and how they can work together with other organizations. Some weaknesses is that the data is not shared to increase market share. So the data is captured, but how do you share it? How do you get that data all collective together and then to go out to market to give you that increase in sales? Opportunities, again, is evaluating the existing data. So it's there, it's somewhere, it's in some systems. Where's there a gap of people needing homeowners insurance or auto insurance? They recently implemented a lake estate policy, and what a better state to do that in the Great Lakes state than Michigan is to say, hey, all of you people that have cabins on lakes and waterfront properties, let's build a product that meets your need that nobody else is out there getting. We can get into that niche market. And that's enhancing coverage needs as well. Some of the threats of not increasing or using the opportunities to build the supply is a loss of business due to lack of coverage ability. So as a consumer, do I want to have my auto insurance, my home insurance, my life insurance policy all with different carriers, or do I want that nicely packaged together so that it's a one-stop shop for me? So some recommendations. John Dyer, the author From the Garden to the City, states, as God is creating the universe, he gives each of his creations a purpose and a function. This means, man, do we have a lot of opportunity to change and enhance and alter the things that we do have. So we need to integrate the three systems together. Look at ways to make them operate as one, to be able to link the phone systems into our CRM system. So have that phone call recorded and put into that CRM system. Have that phone call instantly, automatedly put into the CRM system that a call was made. Build reports or queries within the CRM system to allow the extraction of data. We know from that system where our customers are located, what products they may have, but how do we pull it out of there? Create some edits in the CRM system so that we can get the most accurate information possible. Make it so that address changes have to meet postal standards. What does that look like? You know, you take a new customer and put in their address and it's incorrect, and how is that a great first impression to that new customer? So have some standardization go through. Analyze the data and act upon it. Provide coverages where gaps are. Offer products that you can tell that there's a need in the marketplace for. Sloan Review states data has become a key input for driving growth, enabling businesses to differentiate themselves and maintain a competitive edge. Wow, is that not the truth? So as we started, if at first you don't succeed, call it version 1.0. Keep trying. Keep trying to make improvements and to make the system better. Any questions? Thank you and have a great night.